much. We want to know what you think. Should sports gambling be legal outside of Nevada? Go vote now on CNBC.com/vote. Interesting. Morgan, stay with us here as we're joined by a couple of other guests. Bill Pascrell, the third, with Princeton Public Affairs Group, and Scott Spreitzer, ESPN radio host. It seems like, why should Las Vegas have this monopoly in sports betting? I mean, and what's the history of it? And I gather you would favor expanding the ability to do sports betting.
Listen, sports betting, unregulated, is a debacle. It's horrible because it puts money into the wrong people's hands. The NFL are a bunch of hypocrites. Forget about brain injuries. They're hypocrites on gaming. They want to get into fantasy football, which they're in, full square. They support the lines. Every Sunday when you turn on the various channels that support TV football, they talk about the lines and who's up and who's
the
down.
favorite, who's not.
the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So why should Nevada and Delaware have a monopoly? Why should they? It's a states' rights issue, and I'm a Democrat talking about states' rights. Well, we passed a constitutional amendment in New Jersey with 67% of the voters approving it, state you live in. They overwhelmingly supported it. Governor Christie and the Democratic legislature through Senator Lesnick put their arms around it, and we got defeated by the NFL. There's a bill that was just on the governor's desk to allow for...
Well, how does the NFL defeat it? How does the NFL defeat it?
They went to court. We had Ted Olson in our corner. Mm-hmm. The NFL had a bevy of attorneys. Exactly. And the Supreme Court rejected cert, which we applied for just a few short months ago. So the issue's not over. I think we're just starting to get into the major leagues of the campaign because the NFL can't make the argument. Mm-hmm. They're benefiting from it. But to say that they think the referees will be prejudiced by this, well, why isn't that the case in Nevada?
I suspect.
Let's let Monica jump in here. Morgan, jump in here.
Thank you.
I'm teasing. Come on.
You know, one of the things that I've been hearing from folks that have been following this very closely is the fact that this has the potential to really follow a very similar trajectory to what we've seen with online gambling. The fact that it had a very strong stigma attached to it. It wasn't allowed, and eventually, in large part because of popular support, because of what was going on the state level, we started to see it come into more states like New Jersey.
Let me bring Scott back in to react to what Bill just said. And obviously, in many parts of the world, Britain, I'm thinking of most, and Ireland, you can bet on extraordinarily obscure parlays to bring it into the U.S., kind of like who's going to make the first three-point shot in a basketball game. You know, very quick last word. Lady gets the last word.
I want to say we have to be very careful when we talk about money with sports betting, because just to give you some numbers, $11.2 billion statewide revenues for Nevada, only $425 million of that is from sports betting.
Right,
I don't think it's terrible.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much, Scott. Let's lock in the vote. There you see it. 77% say sports gambling should be legal.
There you go.
Legal outside of the state of Nevada. It was running 90% in the middle of the segment, folks, and 23% say no. Sue, there you go.
Thanks, guys.